Happy Monday and welcome back to SBAA Nation. I am Keith, aka Keystone, and I hope y'all had a great weekend. I'm gonna be real with you guys. It was kind of a letdown for me and my VIPs. We just kind of didn't have the greatest weekend. We had a main event canceled in UFC. It really screwed some things up, screwed some bets up, but it is what it is. We're gonna move on. It was kind of a cursed, shitty card from the very get-go, guys, and we didn't have a ton of action, really, honestly, compared to normal. I haven't even set a book plan almost since UFC, so since Friday technically. But that's about to change. We do have a very small slate in MLB today, but I've already identified a few things that I like. And in this video, I got a play over on chalkboard for you guys, a couple pitchers, and then I have a hit parlay that you guys can set anywhere. Usually the books pay a little better for hits than DFS does. So I went ahead and set that on Hard Rock. It was the same odds on Hard Rock and DraftKings. I checked for you guys. So also wanted to let you know, if you want to get my best stuff, my money making top freaking tier stuff, including most of the books plays. A lot of times I do, drop a book play for free, try to help you guys win profits so you can level up and get on the VIP, of course. This is a really good deal. I've been doing these. Now, the reason it's a little more than I've been doing is because you're getting more volume, especially if you sign up today. You're getting Monday through Saturday, which is a steal of a deal. And quite frankly, even if you signed up for this on Friday, it'd be worth it because I really, really like this UFC card. I think this is going to be an absolute freaking moneymaker. So if you want to come try out the VIP, this is a great way in. DFS, books, we do it all here. And at the bare minimum, make sure you're signed up for this free plan. Like I said, I do drop a lot of parlays and DFS promotion. I'll give you guys free slips here and there. Over here on the free plan as well. You'll also be the first to get any kind of deal like this that I drop. You'll be the first one to see it 99 out of 100 times. So let's get into the picks today. I have some slips I could show you, but honestly, it was just kind of like a back and forth. We won a little bit on this app. We lost a little bit on this app. We had a pretty good day on Dabble on Saturday, but other than that, it was kind of a letdown. We did about dead even on the books too. So let's get into the picks. We'll start with that hit parlay. A couple guys I like that I think you can get some value on. One of them, Sal Frelick. Now, there is a chance they might rest some vets tomorrow. I don't know which one. Could be the catcher Contreras. Could be a guy like Yelich. I just don't know. And they got Brady Singer on the mound. He has pitched pretty well in his last two starts, but I like what Sal's been doing his last 10. He's had at least one hit in 8 out of the last 10 games. Obviously, the last 5 would be the same rate. And then even going back 20 games, I mean, this guy's been hitting pretty consistently. Usually he bats in the 5 to 6 range in the order. But because I'm expecting on a Monday, what you see in MLB a lot of times on Mondays is it's like a Veterans Day off kind of. It's usually a light slate. Usually Mondays are a pretty light slate a lot of times. So you'll end up seeing the vets get a rest day, kind of thing. So what I'm expecting here is for him to possibly move up in the order from that 5 to 7 range, possibly even to batting 3rd or 4th, or who knows. But we'll see. But either way, I like this as well because the Cincinnati's bullpen very shaky the last 14, 15 days or so, or maybe even their 15 games. Top of that, he's batting on the road, meaning that the Brewers are guaranteed to bat in the top of the 9th inning, which we like to take hitters on the road. The nice thing too, against Brady Singer lifetime, so you got the Reds bullpen, and then against Brady Singer, he's had 5 plate appearances. He has 3 hits. That's pretty solid. So, he does hit lefties a little better than righties, but it's not like enough to scare me off a play like this. So that's going to be pick number 1. And then the second guy I like in this hit parlay, like I mentioned, I set this, I think it was for negative 107 or 108 on Hard Rock. And usually, like I said, the books just usually pay a little better than DFS. DFS kind of rips you off on hits for whatever reason. They're okay for everything else, but not really on hits for whatever reason. I don't know why they just don't pay enough. But anyway, this is a good spot for KC. I like the same thing on the road at the White Sox. Now, Cannon, the pitcher, he in a couple of starts that he has pitched at home this season, he's actually pitched pretty well there. And he's been getting rocked on the road. Now, the guy it's kind of crazy. I was looking at the splits. He has barely pitched at home this year. So it's kind of a small sample size. I don't want to just say, oh, this guy's awesome at home. I'm not ready to crown him that yet. But what I like to see is that Carpenter, this is all this guy does is hit righties. He doesn't traditionally hit lefties as well. This is a right-handed pitcher on the mound today. I have a gut feeling he'll probably leading off for the Tigers in this spot, and he's 4 for 8 lifetime against Jonathan Cannon. That's batting well over right. I guess it's right at 500, isn't it? I don't know why this says 571. It's weird. But anyways, you can see Carpenter, same thing. He's had at least one hit in 8 of his last 10 games. So you put those two together, it's negative 108. All right, and then I have a pitcher play I like, and I took a little bit of time to actually find what I really wanted here, and I think we got it done. It's going to be over on Chalkboard now. If you're not on Chalkboard yet, great time to sign up. A couple reasons why. Not only are you going to get $100 welcome bonus if you sign up with the promo code SBAA, but you're going to get a best ball invite into one of my NFL best ball leagues. Now so basically there's I think there's 6 people in one right now. So once that gets to 12, I'll give that group a date. Like I'll say, hey, you're in Group A, and then I'll post out on Winnable. Group A's draft is on Saturday at 9 p.m. Central Time or something. And so if you can't make the draft, you can always hit auto draft and still have a chance to win $200. No one else really on YouTube is giving out stuff like that too. So I tell you what, even for the guys who are listening right now, if you sign up for Chalkboard today with promo code SBA, text me proof of the translog. My number's down below. You got to text me that screenshot. I don't do scammers. I had a guy trying to scam me last week. It's just hilarious, dude. You're not going to outsmart me. It literally tells me the timestamp when you deposit. I need that photo. For the guys listening, that UFC pass, I'll give you one of those for free. But this is today only, and it's only for the guys listening. Okay. So, yep. And you're going to get a free SGA square. You'll if you sign up today, it'll be like a baseball or WNBA square. But this was the photo I grabbed. So let's get into that pick. The first guy I do like. This guy usually likes to back a little more when he's at home, but I like what Joe Ryan's been doing lately. Right off the bat. Okay, let's just go to his last 5 games. He's hit this outline. We need 18s because the line's at 17 and a half. That's 6 innings pitched. He's kind of just in. See how he's just pitching better over here, right? We look at the pitch counts, pretty solid. Hitting the 90s more often than not. I don't know what happened in this one, but the crazy thing is he still made it to 18 outs with only 76 pitches. So head to head, this was last season, granted, but still, Oakland has been hitting right-handed. Yeah, I'd say middle of the pack last 14 days or so. They're definitely not bad against right-handed pitching, but they really struggled in this spot right here. He made it 7 innings, 95 pitches. If we come look at that right here, it equates to he only gave up a 176 batting average. Now, granted, they're playing in that small-ass minor league stadium up there in Sacramento. A lot of pitchers have struggled in that park. So, it wouldn't shock me if he gave up a couple bombs, but that's not the worst thing when you're going for outlines because a lot of times it's like, there's no grind. It's just, it's gone. And then you move on real quick. So, Joe Ryan, like I said, guy I like to usually back at home, but the books think this is favorable. If we look at it, it was at negative 137 to hit this. Just like the form he's been in, guys. I mean, anytime you see this, guys usually pitching well here. Plus, we have a pretty solid track record to go with it. So that's going to be leg number 1 in this 2-pick parlay that I set on Chalkboard Fantasy. And the second pick is going to be Logan Webb. Now, normally, this is a guy I like to back for when it's at 18 and a half outs. I get why they set this line here. This dude usually does traditionally pitch better at home, but this is a big number, and there's a lot of things that have to go right for him to get to basically, 6.2 innings pitched. Basically, it's like going 7, really. A lot of guys don't go 6.2. They're either going to make it to 7 or they're not even going to attempt to get to the 7th. They'll just pitch 6. So when you first come look at this, the under is plus. They're both plus money, actually, which is kind of funny. This is pretty much even money. This is plus 110. Now, if you see last 5 starts, he's gone over 3, but in his last 2, he's been struggling a little bit. And I think one of these games was even at home. I think this KC game was at home. So maybe not in the greatest form right now. It's not just the fact that he didn't get very deep into the ball games. He gave up quite a few. He gave up quite a few hits, if I'm not mistaken, in these last 2. Yeah, so 10 and 7 hits. and then this is pretty, pretty normally where he's at. He is a pitch to contact guy that usually does give up some hits because he's pitching to contact. A lot of good ground balls. He will turn double plays. That's how he gets his. That's how he gets deep into ball games a lot of times. But the main reason why I really like this prop today is for whatever reason the Padres have just had this guy's freaking number. I know I am a Giants fan, so I'll tell you, they've just had his number. And look, you can see it right here. This was the first thing I had pulled up. His last 5 games against the Padres, he's only done this once, one time, 7 innings. And if you look at the pitches, he's not making it super deep, which is it's not because he can't throw 100 pitches. They let him do it all the time. It's because he's getting roughed up. I mean, he's given up, if you look at the hits, look at this, 10 hits against the Padres, 10, 7, 9, even a couple walks in most of these games. Earned runs have been over 3 in his last 3 starts. So he's given up at least 2 and then 3, 3, 5. This game is from this year right here. He gave up 5 runs and 9 hits back in April, like almost to May. So like about a month, a little over a month ago. So I don't know. I think it's going to take, I mean, if he has one bad inning, I just don't see him getting to this 19.5 outline right here. I just don't see it, guys. So I think that's going to be the play. I do have some book ideas, but one thing I've been doing, guys, and I think this is actually helping me, is specifically with books. Player props they're kind of whatever anyways. Like you can do all the data you want and everything makes sense on paper and the guy can still let you down. Baseball is a game of failure. I mean, it just really is at the end of the day. You take a batter that's, batting, 350, 400, they can still go 0 for 5 in a game. It happens all the time. So, but what I was getting at is a lot of times I've noticed if I just kind of go to sleep, I'm up very late tonight. Usually I'm not up this late, but if I just kind of sleep on my thoughts and then wake up and see if I still feel that way in the morning, or maybe have some new ideas, or maybe talk to some of my buddies and we start kind of like saying, hey, what do you like today? What do you like today? And then like getting some more ideas. It seems to be like helping me with book plays specifically before I do them the night before. So I'm still mad about Max Free too. That was actually the last video I made you guys. I was pissed about Max Free, dude. That's a perfect example right there. 7 straight games, he'd hit at least 5. Crushed the Dodgers in both the starts he had against them last year. He had 7 strikeouts in both of them plus. And then he gets his pitch count was low too. I thought we were going to get it for sure. And then they didn't even let him come back in the 6th. I was just like, wow, we got robbed. But anyways, that's your pick today. Logan Webb under 19 and a half outs. Like I said, 1 bad inning. I don't think he's getting there. And then Joe Ryan, this is very juiced, okay? Like 1.4, that's a pretty low modifier. Hopefully those athletics don't rough him up too much because, yeah, that would be really shitty if that's the one that doesn't hit, right? A couple other leans I had. I actually kind of liked that guy from the Rockies, German Marquez. He's been pitching pretty well his last 3 games, but I almost stuck him right here, and this was going to pay a lot with in Joe Ryan's spot, but I just couldn't quite get behind it. I don't know why. It felt like a trap. Everything made sense. Like Miami, low pitch per plate appearance counts, 2nd lowest in Major League Baseball. They're kind of a streaky offense at times, but it's hot, it's humid down there in Miami. I just don't know. It feels like a freaking trap to me. So I stayed away from it. And the books were kind of suggesting that too. It was like plus 115. So keep that in mind. But anyways, that's all I got for you guys. If you are new to the channel too, I got to make sure I start putting this in my intro. Make sure you hit that sub button and definitely smash thumbs up for me. Goes a long ways, guys. One of the most frustrating things that I see on YouTube and when I see these other creators is like, a lot of them have just been around the block for a while. So the algorithm naturally it's going to feed their crap. And it's not like these guys are winning. They're really not. And I just noticed like so many of them, like, I'm not trying to like talk shit on the guys, but it's like, God, they just act like such little betas. It just drives me insane, dude. So we got to help the smaller creators like myself. You guys got to help me get to in front of a broader audience. So hopefully we can get hot on Chalkboard. I think we obviously missed the last Max Fried play That was a while back, 2 or 3 days ago. But before that, I was actually kind of hot over here, where I think I hit like 5 out of 6, maybe, or maybe it was 4 out of 6. I don't know. So yeah, definitely was on a big profit streak. So let's hit this one, and let me know who you guys like in the comments, man. If it's a pretty small slate, if you guys like something, definitely let me know in the comments. Like sometimes the army is the best, you might have your eyes on something that I never even considered. You know what I mean? So I see it all the time. Anytime somebody drops a comment in there, it's usually a good look. I'm like, oh, I can see why he likes this. So don't be afraid to drop a comment. Let me know who you guys like for MLB today. All right, peace.